All right, folks, Mike here with the watch list video for Monday, September 29th. I always start with the SPY, and it's still pretty much hanging out near all-time highs. For the new faces in chat, let me put this up there. Pause the video if you want to read that whole thing. It's a description of what we're all about. Let me get that out of the way. And also going to put this up there. Real proud of the group again. It wasn't the most exciting day, but I just put highlights there of some of my favorite ideas posted in chat on Friday. You guys always seem to find the ones that have high relative strength, right? All right, so what are we watching for Monday? I'm going to go right into it. Crocs is another Sydney Sweeney play, much like American Eagle was. I guess she's a spokesmodel or model for Hey Dudes, I think, and that's owned by Crocs. But anyway, it just ran all day after that. Certainly could follow through. It's pretty beaten up anyway. I had this gap down here, and I think this gap down here was because of uncertainty on tariffs. I don't think they had terrible earnings or anything, but double check that. I'm a day trader, so but it's pretty beaten up, and then you got that news, and it's kind of putting in a higher low here. So this one could continue. DPRO, I believe, is a drone play that back in mid-July topped out at 731. Sort of cup and handily here and heading back up. What was Friday's high? Friday's high, 694. So that one's interesting to me. NUKK, kind of a sleeper pick. It's had a little extra volume back here, and now you kind of sideways action, but it's sort of a breakout over this level. So we'll see. I know a lot of traders are watching that one. CDLX, I like the strength in this one. Again, Citron put out a post back here and then here, and now it's working its way back up near that 328 recent highs. I like that one. AQMS, what the heck? Let me try that again. Sometimes this fills out letters for you. AQMS, big volume and a fairly strong close relative to how high it got. Certainly could be a follow-through day. AREB, from that screenshot, great posts in chat on Friday by Kevin P over $1.20. I like the looks of the chart, right? You got big volume sideways and it's trying to push up again. We'll see. We'll see if it gives a setup. Bull, I've got to kind of zoom in so you can kind of see, picture a trend line from here to here to here, and volume. It's trying to break a trend line and sort of break out a little bit. It's been a weak stock, so we'll see. But I've seen it a lot lately on some scanners. So SGML lithium play, interesting. You had the pop on Thursday, quiet inside day on Friday. Maybe it's ready to break out over this level. Lithium is certainly in play. Speaking of which, LAC had this huge 2-day run on the government wanting to take a stake in it. And then I'd like to see another red day, and then it would probably be one of my favorites for a potential turn back up. Let me see if I have after hours on here. I'll put it on real quick. Look what it did in after hours Friday. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this, but it did this nasty push down in after hours and ended up working its way back up. So that's interesting, but it's certainly an in-play stock. Again, I'd like another red day, and then it would be more interesting. USAR is a rare earth play. I think this is all-time highs right here, 1968. Then you've got a lower high in 1908, and on Friday, kind of a quiet day, right? Quiet inside day. So let's keep that one on watch. APDN. You can see the really massive volume. Maybe zoom in a little bit. That's a strong day that certainly could have some follow through. BKKT. Certainly in play after this big 3-day run, and then a couple-day pullback on declining volume. I like the looks of that one. And then Sava goes back on bounce watch. SAVA had the big pop here. Now you got 3 days in a row lower on declining volume. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the pre-market, and we'll add some gappers as we see them to this list. And I'm actually really looking forward to a great week of trading. All right, have a great rest of your weekend.